Finders keepers, but not for silver. Stacker loses 2,364 bars. Silver is a poor man's game with a dead end. You've heard that expression before, but today we have news out that shows the wealthy of America are buying up silver, but just like the rest of us, that silver is being taken away. I'm talking about 2,364 bars worth of silver. 2,364. Check this out. This is from The Guardian, and the headline says, GB News joint owner loses fight over 34 million of secretly salvaged silver. 34 million. That is a lot of money. The article starts, the joint owner of GB News has lost a legal battle with the South African government over 34 million of silver secretly salvaged from a Second World War shipwreck. Now, this is really the new Wild West. With technology, the way it has progressed for deep sea diving and finding these shipwrecks that we thought we would never be able to reach, that's the Wild West. People think the internet, making money off the internet, that's the Wild West. No, it's this deep sea diving. Check this out. Paul Marshall, who is lining up a bid for the Daily Telegraph, had claimed ownership of 2,364 silver bars his company had recovered from the bottom of the Indian Ocean. This claim was successfully challenged in the UK Supreme Court by the South African government, which said it was the rightful owner of the silver as the metal had been bought from the South African mint. The precious metal was sold by the government of India during the Second World War. It's a long time ago, Second World War, with the intention that it would be turned into coins for South Africa and Egypt. In late 1942, the 60 tons of silver, 60 tons, was loaded onto a cargo ship called the SS Tilawa in Bombay. That's now Mumbai. It set sail across the Indian Ocean for the port of Durban, but was sunk by torpedoes fired from a Japanese submarine. In addition to the 280 people that lost their lives, the ship's cargo, which valued in 2020 at 43 million, was lost at sea. Now, they're changing it from pounds to actual dollars. So in actual dollars, it's $43 million US dollars. That's even more, 43 million US dollars in silver. This is just an enormous amount. Now, the article says there it remained for 7 decades until the arrival of Argentum Exploration. That's a company majority that's owned by this guy Marshall. The company, run by the former racing driver Ross Hyatt, has taken advantage of improvements in technology to recover cargo from shipwrecks previously considered unsalvageable. This is what's going on. I mean, people are jump in on this technology to dive deep and find these treasures, really. If you're enjoying this content, please hit like, please hit subscribe. It really means a lot. It really helps to get this information out there. Hit that subscribe button. Now, Argentum is among many businesses owned by Marshall. He's one of the UK's most successful financiers. This article says most successful financiers who uses his personal funds to finance media outlets, including Unheard and GB News. The right-wing news channel made a loss of 42 million last year, slightly more than the value of this silver. It's just such a large amount of silver. The wreck of the SS Tilawa was found 2.5 kilometers under the sea, and in 2017, Argentum spent 6 months secretly salvaging the silver. They sailed the booty off to Southampton. The company unloaded the silver into a warehouse. All this silver was sitting in a warehouse. I mean, think of how many times in your life you've driven through an area that might be referred to as the flats, and you just see warehouses, many seem abandoned. You never know, right? This silver was just sitting in a warehouse. Tons of silver just sitting there. The article continues, the company unloaded the silver into a warehouse and declared it the official receiver of the wreck, believing it was legally owned now by the UK government. That's what they believed. They were only to be surprised when South Africa asserted their ownership, and now South Africa is saying, yeah, you're giving that back. It doesn't belong to you. We actually bought that a long time ago, and just because it dropped into the ocean does not mean it belongs to you. So as a silver stacker, as someone who spends all of this time and energy and money scraping together what measly amount of money we can to buy silver rounds, buy some bars at the end of every month, to see that like all of this was sitting in the ocean. Right? That is exciting. It is remarkable, and it is just unbelievable that it's sitting in the ocean. These guys spent 6 months. They didn't just dive down there once. They spent 6 months going to get it. Now, what this article does not say, and I did see somewhere else, there was an undisclosed amount that was paid to the people that found these bars. It doesn't state how much was paid, but there was some kind of settlement. So the people that spent those 6 months and all that time and energy and money to dive deep and get those silver bars, 2,364 bars, with a price tag like that of, what was it, 43 million? I don't have it in front of me now, 43 million US dollars. With a price tag like that, when they say bars, I mean, they must be talking about large bricks, large bars that we're not, that we have never seen. I mean, this sounds like a really massive amount of silver. So yeah, they did settle for an undisclosed amount, and I'd really want to know how much that amount was. So while you scrape together your pennies this month and you try to buy a nice round like what I'm holding in my hand, I just think maybe you should actually spend your time more wisely and be diving deep into the ocean to get some real silver.